Most of us believe that having more information at our fingertips than any previous generation makes us better informed. However, this common belief is based on a dangerous misunderstanding. This misconception comes from confusing two key main ideas: information access and information understanding. And this confusion hides a troubling reality about how we actually engage with media today. It all comes down between the difference of consuming information and understanding it. We have unprecedented access to information, but we lack the actual skills to process it critically. The shift is visible in our habits. However, the evidence for it isn't anecdotal, as according to a 2018 study by the Pew Research Study Center, a nonpartisan think tank, 1 in 5 American adults now get their news primarily through social media. This means that for a massive portion of the population, the main source of information about the world is from a platform designed for engagement and not education. Try to think about it this way. Imagine for a moment that every piece of information online is an item at an all-you-can-eat buffet. On one table, there's nutritious food, verifiable facts. Right next to it is a pile of colorful, eye-catching appetizers, clickbait and intentional outrage. Further down are food that are subtly spoiled, misinformation dressed up as news. There's no menu, no label telling you what's what. You're just hungry. So you load your plate with whatever looks the most appealing in the moment. Faced with this overwhelming buffet, what do we do? The solution is not to abandon it, but to learn how to navigate it. The solution is media literacy. This is a specific set of skills: the ability to verify sources, identify biases, and to understand the algorithms that shape what we see. But does this training actually work? Does it change behavior? Research says yes. And the research is compelling, as according to a 2021 study in the Journal of Medical Internet Research, looking at social media users found that people with higher skepticism in judging information, a skill built by media literacy, were significantly better at seeking out reliable information online. The skills create the confidence that lead to competent action. This principle is one that we already accept in other dangerous contexts, as we would never hand a teenager car keys without teaching them. We require them to train on the rules of the road and how to handle various dangerous situations. Yet, we hand them a smartphone, a device just as complex and potentially even more dangerous than a car, with no digital education. Without that training, they're left vulnerable to algorithms that push them into filter bubbles, which over time develop a distorted sense of reality, a process explained by Gardner's cultivation theory. However, this brings us to the true states of the issue, as this isn't just a personal risk, it's a societal one. The problem isn't that we are individually confused, but we collectively have our public discourse breaking down because of this. A 2022 report from the Centers of Strategic and International Studies, a respected, nonpartisan think tank, states that digital literacy is no longer a nice-to-have skill, but now a must-have fundamental part of modern education. These skills are critical for civic participation. For a democracy to function, its citizens must share the ability to find common ground and verifiable facts. So what's the alternative? What happens if we do nothing? We risk a future where it becomes impossible to agree on basic reality. In conclusion, the popular belief that more information is making us smarter is a dangerous misconception. It confuses quality with quantity and access with understanding. But recognizing this isn't enough. We must act. So, the next time you encounter a headline or a post, just pause for 5 seconds and ask, who wrote this and why? Or, what evidence is offered and what is missing? This simple act can move us from being a passive audience to becoming critical thinkers. Our choice is clear. We can remain overwhelmed, or we can actively engage with the media that surrounds us. Only through critical engagement can we empower ourselves to navigate the flood of information and reclaim our understanding. Thank you.